Hello and welcome to Squid Pro Quo, a Squid Game podcast where there are only 3 rules. 1, a player is not allowed to stop podcasting. 2, a player who refuses to podcast will be eliminated. And 3, the podcast will be terminated if the majority agrees. I'm Sean.
And I'm Mike, and we are Ganbu, and
Ganbu.
I'm very excited for 2 reasons. Actually, 3 reasons. I'll
Really?
say 3 reasons. First reason, I get to do this wonderful podcast with my friend Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Mike. I'm so happy to be
2,
here with you.
We have a special guest. Jip is here, but before I introduce Jip...
I totally thought you were going to list 3 reasons, and Jip was not going to be one of them.
No, Jip's definitely one of them. Jip's already getting griefed. And then 3, not only has Squid Game The Challenge been renewed for a 2nd season, but Squid Pro Quo The Challenge has been renewed for a 2nd season.
Oh, dude.
By Embracer Group.
Dude,
let's go.
I'm so excited.
Big dub for us.
I got the call this morning from them. I said, am I going to get a pay increase? They said, no, this time you're going to pay us. And
yeah.
And
yeah, that's the thing is, and guests have to pay double.
Yeah,
so
yeah, you
Jip,
guys
that
pay double the
now.
rate. Actually, if the guests want to be on, they have to cover Mike and I's fees for that episode. So
yeah, that's how it works.
So,
but anyway, Jip, you may know Jip214 from our Discord. You may not know him. That's very possible as well.
I'm gonna say
that's actually more likely.
Yeah.
God damn.
It's
I'm so sorry, Jip.
extremely likely.
But Jip is our friend,
Yeah.
which I said that way better than I said it when I talked about Tyler.
Yeah, when you said it about Tyler, it did not sound true.
That's true.
I was like, Tyler's our friend.
Okay, my first thing I want to say.
Okay.
I want to know, do you guys think I did the finger thing, or do you think I not did the finger thing?
I think you did, because you brought it up.
I think you did because you brought it up and you want us to be proud of you.
Yeah, see, I fucking knew it. I knew you were going to say that, and that's why I didn't do the finger thing, dude, because I knew it. I knew you were going to fucking grief me about this.
Sean.
So hang on a second.
Execute Order 66.
My hands were in my pockets the whole fucking time.
So wait, Jip, is what you're saying that we should be disappointed in you because you didn't do it?
No, I'm saying
is that
you should
the
think
win for you?
You should think I'm smart, and I knew you were going to say some dumb shit about me, and I had an insult planned. I was ready to go with something to stab you in the balls. Just
I don't think it's an insult. I think it's just you said I disappointed you guys. I feel like that's what you just said.
You know, I can't stop you from saying that.
And look, Jip, we're not mad. We're just disappointed. All right, Jip, who the fuck are you? Can you explain for the audience real quick?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just a guy, really, but I stream on Twitch. I don't
get the fuck out of here.
I do a podcast with Tyler,
guy, dude.
the guy who was on a couple episodes. I really liked the first Squid Game. When you guys did the first podcast, like the Squid Pro Quo OG, if you will, I was really into that. I loved the original show, and you guys flamed me a little bit because when this shit got announced, you were like talking about it, and I was like, it's gonna be lame because they're not gonna kill anyone.
Yeah, that was a really stupid thing to say.
Yeah. And
that was a really stupid thing to say.
I could have worded it better. I just thought since the stakes were gonna be so low that it wouldn't matter. But I'm actually really into this show.
I feel like the way that you described it just then still implies that you would be having more fun with the show if they were actually dying.
Well, I did like the original show better than this, so.
But okay, Jip, nobody died in that one either.
Little did we know though that people were gonna act like they were dying no matter
That's so
what.
true.
They absolutely do. So, Jip, you have been hardcore carrying the Squid Game The Challenge Discord channel. Only thing you've ever carried in your life. I've seen you play Fortnite. So I haven't been reading any of your opinions because why would I? When you're going to be on.
Oh, sure.
So you want to summarize some of them? I mean, don't just verbatim read all of them, but why don't you give us your thoughts on the 6 episodes so far?
Sure. I mean, gosh, where do I start? So I think with reality TV show, there's a very fine line, right? There are shows that are really well produced, really well made, and I think that's kind of a little cringe. But then there's also reality show that's just straight up trashy, not very good. And I think what you need to do with reality TV is walk the line perfectly, where it's well made, it's nice to look at, the plot is okay, but then also it's not taking itself so seriously. You can laugh at it every now and then, and how absurd it is, how we're talking about how they act like they're really dying, and maybe that was the direction or whatever, but it's still something to laugh at. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it so far. I've been trying to follow like how Sean's been doing. Unlike Mike,
You did not break the rules.
Yeah,
you did not break the rules.
unlike
You're
Mike, I follow directions.
There are no rules.
You're the only.
I will once again remind everybody there were no rules.
I the only guest so far that has followed the rules.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess
Because there are no rules.
Yeah. So I guess it doesn't matter. But I'll say so far, I'm 100% rooting for Trey. I hope he wins.
I'm on the Trey train, dude.
Yeah, I'm on Matt Pat train all day. I think he did a really
Trey train.
Yeah, he did a really good job in Five Nights at Freddy's. I really liked his cameo in that movie.
Here's the thing. First of all, spoiling Five Nights at Freddy's for people that listen. Bad idea. Second of all,
20 minutes.
Not really a spoiler.
Yeah.
Also, if you're watching Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm sorry.
Dude, the movie was fine.
Are you okay? Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sean,
Anyway,
Sean,
my point
Sean,
was going
I'm
to be.
Fazbear pilled. No, you're not getting around this.
Yeah.
My point was going to be something else, and I've totally lost it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I've totally
that's right.
lost.
Walk away with your tail between your legs.
I've totally lost the plot.
The Fazbear pilled people.
The
like
Fazbear
me,
defenders.
I feel like
the furries, if you will.
Oh
no.
Yeah.
Although
that's what you guys are.
Chica,
dude, she kind of bad.
go ahead. Say base, Jip. Go ahead.
She is kind of base, dude, and Mike's kind of base for bringing it up. I can't hate.
Anyway, Jip, continue.
Yeah,
with your,
Sean,
with
I
your
feel
thoughts.
like what you were probably gonna say is you're gonna ask me about some of the questions, like the strategies in the games, right?
Oh, I actually wasn't. What I was going to say is that I don't even think that as of this episode, like or even the last episode in this episode, I don't even think the Trey map pack comparison super works anymore. Because that guy, he don't look right. I compared him to Robert Pattinson Batman last episode, and I think it only got stronger in this one.
Yeah, I definitely see it. The way he his hair's getting all I don't know. He definitely
he looks
gets that vibe.
dead dead inside.
Yeah.
Like he just. I guess I could ask you some of these questions that I asked, right?
I mean, I guess.
So let's do it. What about the cookie one? So what's your strategy to get people to agree?
So I think
and are you willing to take the umbrella?
Okay, first of all, like my hands are like chronically shaky. Like if I try to hold my hands still, I cannot. Like I have terrible handwriting. Like my hands shake really badly, and also like my nervous tick in a way. Like when I'm nervous, when I'm anxious, I shake even worse. So I know for a fact if I pick the umbrella, I'm out. Right? Okay. It doesn't matter. Like I know they're like if you don't agree, you're out. The game's to agree, right?
Yeah.
But
the game is to agree.
But if I pick the umbrella, I'm dead either way. So what I'm doing is I'm going star and I'm going, I'll take second hardest, you three figure it out, right? I'll suggest they rock, paper, scissors. I'll suggest flip a coin.
So like the dreadlock guy.
Yeah. And I think I can live with the star. And also I want to bring up as well, you're insane if you think the circle is the easiest. Like there is straight up no world where the circle is the easiest. The triangle is so much easier.
I'm glad you brought this up,
It's
Jim.
so much easier.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Because
we did a poll on the first episode when we talked about the cookie. What shape would you rather have? And we have 40 votes. And 67.5% of the votes said they'd rather have triangle.
Dude.
Oh.
To a measly 25% circle. 5% star, and then 2.5% umbrella, and that's one person, and they are capped.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, that's a lie. Why? I mean, keep listening to the podcast, but why would you do that?
Oh, for sure. And I definitely agree with what you guys said. The umbrella in the actual Squid game, it did not look like that. It was thinner, and it was pointier too. Like it looked way harder, but. Yeah, but I'm going for the star, and I'm holding my ground. I'm saying, okay, you three figure it out. I'm taking the second hardest, and that's what I'm doing, probably.
Okay. So our second question was, we'll start with the, if one of the other players gets his big plate of fast food, are you going to be like a fucking animal and just go for it, or?
Dude, oh my god, dude, when Jada took that burger, bro, if I'm another contestant in that game, I'm literally walking up to her and I'm smacking it out of her hand onto the floor. That shit made me so mad.
I'm even more furious about this because, and not to steal Jip's spotlight here, but I got my girlfriend Tara to start watching the show, and I don't know if you guys remember, but in episode 1, Lorenzo acts like an absolute psychopath
Yeah.
and hides food so he can get more, and then he cleans up like 2 or 3
Yeah,
people's
yeah,
leftovers.
yeah.
He basically has like 5 pans of food, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the person who is the most mad about
Is
this
Jada, dude.
is Jada.
Yep.
And I didn't make that connection when we were watching it originally.
Mhm.
And she's like, she has even a talking head where she's like, stealing food is so messed up, bah, 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 bah.
Mhm.
And then literally the next episode, she takes the fucking burger.
That's what the Squid Games do.
And I'm so glad she got out. I'm so glad she got her marbles because I'm like retroactively mad about it.
Real. No, it
Anyway, continue.
no,
Jip.
it made me irrationally mad. And no, I noticed that when I was watching too. I was like, weren't you like just talking shit? Like you yoinked that whole ass burger. But to answer your question, I probably wouldn't go for it just because even I don't know, those fries did not even look that good to me anyway. And like the people are acting like they're being starved, like they're being fed. The food doesn't look that bad. I think they're okay.
You've only been there like a day at that point.
Yeah, and they're
Like,
already going savage. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
no way, no way. Maybe if he was like, "Hey, do you want some?" I would take a couple fries or something, but I would never
Yeah.
like go up and just like grab it. You know?
I have another question though about that big plate thing. What is drunk Jip doing?
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's true.
I'm probably just
I think we know the
continually asking
answer.
for the burger, even long after the burger's gone. I'm like, bro, just give me a burger. And they're like, dude, the burger has been gone for 30 minutes. And I'm just still like, but it sounds so yummy and I'm so hungry.
So, if you're on the phone at the end of the episode, what's
Oh,
your play
shit.
like trying to get somebody else on to get
Okay.
eliminated?
First of all, I don't even remember this dude's name, but he made a terrible decision
One
yeah,
minute.
yeah.
in choosing something good and then going to someone random. What he needed to do was either do something random to someone random or do something good to someone he liked. He would never go up to someone random and offer them a treat. So what I would do is I would just make something up, but make sure that it's specific. So I would literally put down the phone and be like look, maybe I have like a confused face and be like 342, like just like pick a random number, be like that's who they want to talk to, or like, oh, I got the last prize so I can't answer it, or like I'm an even number so I need an odd number, like something like that. Just make up literally anything except for
Ooh, the I got the last prize would actually have been a really good
Yeah,
call.
yeah.
That's a good point.
just saying like, oh, it's they want to potentially do it again, but they want someone else to pick it up. Even that would have been better than what he did. It's a chocolate muffin. Like, dude, what are you talking about?
You want a chocolate muffin,
You want a
mate?
chocolate muffin?
Yeah, ain't no
Would
way.
you? I mean, we've learned about some
It's a chocolate
psychopaths.
muffin. It's not that serious.
Some psychopaths among us who would sell out their friends in a second. Would you sell out your friends in a second in that scenario? Do you think, or
I mean,
or
okay,
what?
you know, friends. I'm putting my fingers in quotation marks. I don't know these people, right?
That's true.
If I'm
true.
Trey and I come
Exactly.
with my mom, I'm not selling out my mom, right?
Okay,
But if I'm anyone else and I come in with no friends, yeah, I'm selling them out, dude. I'm never gonna
Okay.
see him again.
but like Mike said that he would have got me to do it if we had been in there together. Would you have done like that? Like if you're in there with Swarls, right? Our good friend, and probably doesn't listen to this podcast, but good friend of the show, Swarls. If you two are you guys shared a hotel room. If you guys were there together, would you sell Swarls out?
I mean, it depends. Is he gonna donate it to like a kidney charity or something like that afterwards? Because you know that
He's gonna donate it to the Super SpikeGhetti Bros charity
yeah,
fund.
I'm kicking him out. I'm kicking him out instantly. No, if it's someone like that, and like honestly, if I know that they're like, you know, well enough off to where this isn't gonna like, you know, their mom's not dying and can't afford treatment or anything like that. Like, no, I don't have a guilty conscience about that at all, to be honest.
Okay. You put more thought into it than anybody else, so I will accept that answer. People like Mike and Tyler who are like, no, in an instant, I'd kill any of my friends. That's like,
I mean, I could always just
it's a little crazy.
kill Swarls and then be like, hey, here's 10,000 for when I fucked you over, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I get the
Of this $4.5 billion, here's
it's
10,000.
not billion, okay? It's
All right, million.
Okay, that's a good chunk.
Sean got confused because isn't it a billion yen?
I
in
think
the
it
show?
is. I think it is.
It's like 4.56 billion yen.
it's won,
which is
but I don't
not-
remember.
Won. Yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
yen
right,
is
it's not yen,
it's
Japanese.
But I don't
Yep.
remember if it's billion or trillion or whatever. I couldn't.
I
Tell
think
you.
it's billion.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. Anyways, we're getting into the weeds here.
Sorry.
And then I do realize that No, it's fine. It's crazy that I'm the one saying that because I'm the one that always drags us kicking and screaming into the weeds.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, I was like, that's so true. I have not asked questions for the last like 4 episodes. I've been slacking, so I don't have any other questions for you to answer.
All right, but hold on. Before we
Yeah.
get into the episode,
Yeah.
I have something to clear up here.
Oh, okay. Oh, is this? Well, I mean, I actually have 2 things before we get into the episode about last week. But yeah, one of them is.
I would like to say that I did not intend to gaslight people about the number of the old man in the original game. In my head, he was number 69. It was not until Jip brought up that, hey, he was actually number 1 that I went, oh. So I no intention on gaslighting. I still think it's a possibility that Rick shows up at the end, but my number connection was definitely a Kingdom Hearts theorizing video.
Oh,
for sure.
no.
Damn.
That's rough. That's rough.
Sometimes you get them wrong, you know?
Yeah. But, Jip, you kind of are the hero for coming in and saving the day and reminding us that no, in fact, the old man's number was 1. The thing is, when you posted the picture, Jip, first of all, you did it really nicely. Where you were like, the old man's, I don't remember exactly what you said, but you like posted pictures too to prove it. And as soon as I saw them, I went, oh yeah, that's the whole plot point.
Yeah.
Is that he's 1 because he's the first guy. I was like, I would have been way meaner about it if I was you. I'd been like, you fucking morons. It's literally the whole plot of the show that he's number 1.
Yeah, he's the first guy, he's the oldest, and you're supposed to believe that he was basically safe the whole time anyway. So, yeah. The first time he said it, I was like, I'll just let him have that. And then he said it the second time with Tyler, and I was like, okay, someone's got to tell him, because someone else is going to be way meaner than I am.
Speaking of gaslighting, though, there was a terrible, terrible tragedy that occurred in the last episode of this show that, Jip, you're aware of, but other people, they'll be aware of it when they listen to it. Michael SpikeGhetti and Tyler Tyler-Ims both tried their hardest to gaslight me into thinking that it is entirely one set that connects to each other. And I gotta say, I gotta say, the people have spoken.
Yeah.
The people have spoken. They're not falling for it, Mike.
That's not even what we were saying.
They're not falling for it, Mike.
There's no, hold on. That's not even, I made a joke later on that they walk through every game, but I was not telling you that it's all one set. I'm saying they enter from the stairs because you see into the white room because
Mike,
you see multiple times, and even in this episode when they come up on the crane game, that they're walking down pink stairs and it looks like it's coming from that room.
They just set up pink stairs so you think that they're coming. Dude, I'm sorry. There's no way these Mickey Mouse ass stairs.
Hold on.
No way.
Hold on here. I'm not saying that they walk out of that white room directly into whatever game they're going to play. But I'm saying that white room is connected to the stairs room. It absolutely 100% is.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think that.
I don't
care
true.
what anybody says because no one actually knows except the people that were in the game. So if Wildcat Diana says, Mike's wrong, I don't give a shit. Okay? That's not proving anything, Sean. If Trey joins the Discord and says, hey, by the way, they made us walk between multiple things to make it look like they were all connected, then sure, I'll believe Trey.
Right,
but Wildcat Diana, over where she lives, is not even close. Actually, she's closer than we are to the set of the Squid Game, but still, she doesn't know. So I don't care what the people say, Sean. So you can take your little moral victory and shove it right up your ass,
dude.
All right?
All right. If you're listening, dude, we want you on the pod. We need some explanations.
I do not want Mai on the pod. I do not want Mai on the pod.
We need explanations.
Mai
about
is a
the stairs.
backstabbing person. I do not want Mai on the pod. I'm Team TJ, dude. Mai is ridiculous.
Lorenzo,
anyway, we'll get into that.
Lorenzo, you're coming on the pod.
Okay, Lorenzo, I'm down. As long as he knits me an outfit.
Let's get into the episode. I think we've talked about absolutely everything possible.
So we last left off with Jackie making a decision. They basically had to start a train where they would invite people to continue in the game. 20 people were going to move on. 11 were going to be eliminated. And Jackie's about in the middle of that. And there's this woman's alliance.
Girls Club.
where there's only 9 women left and they want all 9 of them to make it. And Jackie, when she got picked by Amanda, went up to Amanda and said, "Is it okay if I pick Phil and then ask him to pick a girl?" And Amanda's kind of like, "Okay, that's not what we talked about, but sure, do your thing." And so that was the cliffhanger. And she does pick Phil,
Yes.
who seems like a sweet, sweet guy. And Amanda goes, "You can't trust anybody in here," which is just ridiculous.
Oh my god, Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda's the worst.
I
She's
agree.
not like the
Yes.
villain, but she's annoying. Her accent is annoying.
Yeah.
She has annoying
You
actions.
can't trust anyone in here. Like,
Yeah, it's like it's somehow worse than what Jip just did.
Yeah.
Like it's just a
Yeah.
bad
Yeah,
accent.
yeah.
Jackie whispers, "Please pick a woman."
Yeah.
And Phil wants to pick his buddy Sam, but he instead picks Ashley
Yeah.
to keep the girl train going. But then Ashley, without even saying anything, goes, "I'm picking Sam."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh shit, this woman's alliance is falling apart instantly."
I do think it's
Oh.
really funny. You know, a lot of them are up there. This person's story really resonated with me, or whatever. Right? They're giving a lecture on why, and then
Yeah.
fucking Ashley just 016, like no introduction
That's
at
my
all.
boy. So he picks 23, who picks 51. So we're back on the lady train.
Yeah.
And then 51 picks 221, who is a male. And then he gives this Haley's panicking because Hallie,
Yeah.
because she's the only female left of the
Yeah.
9. And he goes, "I believe in what's been done here today, and representation does matter." And then he picks Hallie. So
Yeah,
all
yeah,
9
yeah.
women get in.
Yeah.
Nice speech by
Which-
him.
I was so terrified she wasn't gonna make it in, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
You
she
lost,
needs to go all the
you
way.
lost
You know.
Sean Jr. Now you have girl Sean to
I
look after.
I really don't want you to say it like
Sean
that.
Jr.
I don't.
Sh-
I don't. I really don't want you to say it like girl Sean. I don't.
Girl
I
Sean.
don't- I wish you wouldn't.
So all 9 women get in, and we have 5 remaining. Trey is absolutely spiraling right now.
Yes.
He is like the Trey train is entering the station. It's done.
Girl
Yeah,
Alliance?
That one guy, I can't think of his name, but that one guy looks like he's about to cry, and he does end up crying. But they keep cutting to this guy who's standing there, and he's like,
the guy, the last guy picked.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he is,
Or the second to last guy.
Oh,
picked.
James?
269. Yeah, James. That's his name.
he is going. Yeah, 269 is gonna burst into full tears for this entire time.
He's also the guy that was like absolutely devastated when Rick got eliminated.
Yeah. Well, Trey
He was.
I
like,
mean, so was
"Oh."
I. So was I.
yeah,
Trey
that's true.
picks James, and he goes, "My mom will kill me if I don't pick this person." And I'm like,
Which
when did we learn anything about James and Leanne's relationship?
yeah, none at all. Because Hallie picks 429, who picks Roland 418, who picks Trey. And Trey's like, Roland's my best friend now. Yeah, that's my ride or die. Trey picks, like he said, like Jip said, he picks 269, who's bawling his eyes out. And then he picks the one last member of the Ganbu gang, 31. The last Ganbu.
Yeah, dude. And
And-
he's cheesing the whole time. The
He's
whole
always
time,
been a smiley dude. Like,
he's cheesing.
when they've done the Ganbu gang meetings after like half their team got
Yeah.
eliminated, he'd still be like yeah, Ganbu gang, like really excited.
They're
You
all
know
shut
what?
the fuck up, shut
And
the
I
fuck
like
up.
it.
We're keeping it quiet. He's all
he's like,
excited.
Ganbu gang.
Yeah.
Like, he's like giggling about
Oh
it.
my god, guys, this is so silly.
Dan.
I know, I love him.
Dan's probably the most notable person eliminated here.
Mhm.
Dan drops to his knees when he gets
Like he's going to die.
Yeah. Dan, and then my 222, the guy that looks like Tom DeLonge in the Blink 182 video that says,
Yeah,
"What
yeah.
the fuck?" He's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
too.
guy who did.
Other than that, it's mostly just a bunch of men who apparently did not hang out with women at all in the.
Yeah. That's what happens, guys. Look, if you don't talk to women, you get shot in the Squid Game.
Ooh.
It's true.
I
It's true.
That's what
I
happens.
did think it was hilarious. Jordan was like upset he got out. That's 222. It's like, dog, you didn't even have someone to share a picnic with. Why do you think you have someone?
Right.
Why do you think you have someone to pick you,
Damn.
especially after you didn't have to play marbles? Like,
Damn.
I don't know.
That's actually
It just
true.
made me-
No,
Oh,
Jip's
Oh,
right. Based.
shit.
So
Um,
we have 20 people left.
I do have to say, as we're getting to like through these kind of social tests. I know that there's no way that the second season of the actual show is going to take anything from this, but I really think the social tests should be added in the second
No,
season.
yeah, they're good.
I think they're so
They're good.
fun. Of
Yeah.
the act, and especially if you're able to write them out and do like a scripted version of these, I feel like they could only be better.
Yeah, I mean, I
so-
don't know that it's believable though that people would just pick people to die.
I think so.
Like,
I
that
don't.
seems.
I think you could do it later.
Yeah,
you can't do
maybe.
it immediately, but once they're like 2 or 3 games in, I think you can do it. Because at that point, I mean, like, look at how they started acting by the time they got to the end of it. Like in the real show, like they're more buddy in this show than they are in the real show.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Like in the real show, when it's life or death, they turned on each other so much
It-
faster.
If this was the real show, Brighton would have been like eating Leanne alive or something.
Brighton would have
already.
killed half the cast the first night in the dorm at night. Like,
Lorenzo would be wearing Trey's skin right now. He would have knitted a nice little shirt out of it.
Oh my god.
riddle me this, Leanne. Where's Trey? And he's just wearing Trey's face.
It's me, your baby boy, Leanne.
Oh my
Should have brought me
god.
fucking apples. Oh my god.
So there's 20 people left. $4.36 million is in the piggy. I just wrote, people are crying for
Yeah.
no damn
Real.
reason because they all made it.
Yeah.
And they're just like absolutely bawling. Which is the theme of the show.
Yeah.
We get
Well-
what's up?
Ours, yeah, Phil gets a talking head.
Yeah,
Where he's
scuba
like-
instructor Phil.
I don't like confrontation is the theme of it. Is like I don't like fighting with people. And I'm avoiding confrontation and that's my plan. And I'm like, bro, this is a fucking competition
Yeah.
where you're fighting for millions of dollars. Avoiding confrontation is not going to help you.
Here's the thing though, Phil seems like the most normal, nicest guy that we've met.
Agreed.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe Trey, right? But like,
Yeah.
he just seems like a normal, chill dude, you know.
Yeah.
My feeling
Oh my
absolute waves of
God.
guilt for how she
Yeah.
was treating TJ,
As
and he
she
saved
Yeah.
should.
as she should. What a terrible
Real.
person. I really hate Mai. Like I really don't like her, and especially when
I'm a
she
my
gets
guy.
the benefit that she gets for this next game. I just think, I'm not a my guy.
I'm a my guy. She tells TJ, I owe you my undying loyalty. And I'm like, guys, you aren't going to die. Like, yeah, he saved you from getting eliminated in like 5. That's like, you know, in like a fantasy show, like somebody's about to get fucking ran through by a sword and some like knight saves him. He's like, you are my liege lord now. Like, I will follow you until the ends of the earth and I will fight by your side. It's like,
Sean,
it's not that
Sean.
deep, dude. It's not that deep.
Sean, you're not on brand here, because the clear example that you should have used was Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, the life debt from Jar Jar
Yeah,
Binks?
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks.
I'm not a big prequel guy.
You're a Star Wars guy. That should have been.
I
what
mean,
you
my
Oh,
is
that's
definitely
pretty
like Jar Jar Binks. I see.
used. She is a lot like Jar Jar.
We gotta
Binks.
move on.
Yeah.
We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
Mikey. We finally learned Mikey's story that they were alluding to last
Right.
He's
episode.
got a nice one.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
very heartwarming.
Yeah, he's got a child who's nonverbal, but she's developing more, and they're really excited,
Mhm.
and he wants to be able to have money to kind of set her up, and all his kids obviously. See, I think he has 5,
Mhm.
and so he wants to be able to like have her be set up for when he's not around anymore. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
That's
heartwarming.
definitely a thing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can see why wow, his name is just big bearded guy.
Oh, Phil? Or not Phil, sorry. Chad.
Chad. You can see why Chad would be like, hey, this guy's
Did you
story
say
moved me.
Sam?
Sam also has a giant beard. I see.
Okay.
Where Chad.
Yeah,
Chad
Sam's
is
the
Mikey's
skinnier
friend.
guy.
I'm there.
Yeah.
He says, "Win it for your
Uh,
kids, man." They talk about
so-
like getting a pint.
Yeah,
He
they
said,
did.
right.
It's
right.
a
I'll
great
send you a
little-
soggy envelope, the old fashioned in it.
He's like, he's like, I'll come to Ireland, and I like. It kind of sounds like Mikey doesn't want
Yeah,
him to.
no,
you know,
Yeah,
if Mikey's like,
okay,
I'll mail
yeah.
you.
Like, if I'm
Yeah.
available
Mikey-
that day, maybe you could come. But
It's like
Mikey
when
wasn't
Jip,
like-
when Jip is like, hey, can I visit you in Tarrant, Michigan? And I'm like, yeah, sometime, Jip, sure.
Mikey wasn't like, yeah, dude, I'll fly you out to Ireland with my millions of
Anytime,
dollars
dude.
and we'll have a pint together. He's like, I'll mail you an old fashioned.
It's so funny.
So they do this funny thing here, where they've done it a couple. They do it fairly often in the show, where they like cut to the control room and
Yes.
a guard hits a button and it eliminates somebody. But here they go, all staff prepare for the next game, and they show the bridge. And I don't think they've done that with any of the other games yet, where they just were like, "Hey, we're prepping you guys, like the audience, for what the next thing is."
Because they know that this is like the most exciting game.
This
Right.
is
it's a good
this is
game.
the coolest set we've seen by far too. It looks
Yeah.
so good.
Before we move on to the claw game, Squid Games, let's get this cash. If you guys are in the game, are you participating in this dance?
No. Well, okay. I guess if everybody else is doing it in that scenario, you have to, right?
No,
You
because
don't
not
wanna
everybody
be-
does. Some people
Oh,
are
not
sitting
everyone
out.
does.
The majority of people are in it, but
if-
I'd say like 15 to 16
Yeah.
people are doing it.
There's
and the other
definitely 4 or 5
4 or
now.
5 are sitting out.
I think if more than half of them are like, I want to do it, I'll go along with it.
So you're doing the Squid Games. Let's get this cash.
Unfortunately, I think like to try and retain being liked.
Oh, so
To some
so you're doing it
extent-
for a strat.
Oh, I'm just doing it, so that people don't think I'm a dick. Like, no, absolutely, I wouldn't want to do it. I would be like, oh god, this is gonna be so much fun. But I don't want like on the next fucking social test to be like, this is the guy who didn't do the dance with us.
Dude,
And
that might happen.
you know, like
I took notes on the episode, right? Writing down like the things I want to talk
Yeah,
about. I wrote down, I would not join this chant if they offered me the 4.5 million right there. That's what I said. There is no world I'm doing this. Let's get this money chant. Like, ain't no way.
Let's get this cash. So as they're rehearsing their routine, the guards come and they walk them into the white room, which is definitely connected to the MC Escher stair room. And there's a claw game that's revealed, and this is a brilliant way to figure out the order of the bridge, because if anybody's watched the show, they know the bridge is coming, and they're not just gonna line up, right?
No.
Or they're not just in the show. I believe they had mannequins and they just picked the numbers off the mannequins.
Yeah, but they had
I
no
believe
idea
so.
what they meant at the time.
Right,
But they would
know
know
in
would
this
know.
instance. Yeah, so it's really
So
smart.
they do the claw game, and then they do this smart social thing with it, where the number you draw is not yours; you have to give it to somebody, which is pretty brilliant. Mai goes first, and she gets number 4, and she says, "I choose this player because I do not know this person," and it's number 77, Marina. Didn't they just have like an alliance at a girls' time where Marina was laying in bed, obviously, and they like talked? So I
Here's the thing. First of all, like, it's not for no reason at all. I feel like, because she's like, oh, yeah, like you said, there's no reason for this at all. Like, I get the vibe from watching this show that Marina did not spend much time with the rest of the cast.
Probably true.
Like, that's just how it
she
comes
was
across. So
sleeping,
I think, yeah. So I understand why somebody would pick her. That being said, I have to push back against any Marina slander for what she does later in this episode.
True.
Marina's
Yep.
based.
She's based.
Marina's
Marina's based.
pretty
I mean-
based. I gotta say, there are people in this game that I have a lot of respect for, based off of their actions in the games, and Marina is one of them.
I
Yep,
mean,
I
like
agree,
we
I
even
agree.
saw in the thing before this too, the girl power team. Like that felt. It felt.
It did, it felt
They
hard
all
so
got
quick.
through, but not by
Yeah.
their chain that they were trying to start. Right? They got through
Yeah,
just by
yeah.
sheer luck, to be honest. Because
Yeah.
like a ton of men also picked women, even though they knew they were trying to do that. But
right.
so I'm
Um,
not surprised by my picking. Yeah.
I really like Ashley going, I just met this man the other day. Well, no,
Yeah.
he says, I just met the man the other day. Like,
You met
fucking,
all
yeah,
of them
course
the
I'm
other
gonna, like-
day.
But no, I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think what she's saying is like, yeah, I don't feel bad about this. I don't know any of you people, you know? Like, I don't think she means, like, fuck this guy in particular because I just met him the other day. I feel like she was saying it more like, you guys are putting way too much fucking emphasis.
Right.
Because isn't Ashley the one who goes, this is all Like when they get onto the bridge, isn't Ashley the one that's like, this is
Yeah,
fucking stupid?
You,
What you guys
shouldn't
are
have
playing.
done that. Everybody's got to play their
So
own game.
she does at one point, but she's not. I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. I believe that's number 54. Actually,
Okay,
that's like you got to
okay.
play your own game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't believe that's Ashley. But
Okay.
later we learn Ashley's stance on that whole all for one, one for all thing.
Yeah.
So Ashley gives number 6 or gives the 6 to number 31, and then
Yeah.
later number 31 gives Ashley number 5, which I think
Yeah,
is really
yeah.
funny.
I want
she's
her right
like-
in front of me.
She's like lame, and he's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
well, I'll be right behind you."
yeah.
It's a pretty cool there. Phil gives 8 to Roland, and then Jackie pulls number 1.
Yes.
And
What
I
a
can't
good
decide if this is brilliant or she's just stupid. But
No, I think she makes the right play.
she says she's giving number 1 to TJ because he's such a leader and he's the only person who can lead us through this. When
I
really,
mean, that's a stupid idea.
really what she's doing is this guy's a
Yeah.
really strong competitor and I'm getting
Yeah.
him out, but I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
I think she should have just come out and said it, but I think picking TJ was a very
I
smart
like
idea.
TJ though, and I was so sad when this
I liked him a lot,
happened.
yeah. But it's like, look, this is the moment where it's like, if it's you, me, and fucking like, if it's all the honorary Squid boys with us on that bridge, I'm giving it to Tyler because if Tyler's behind me, he's gonna push me. So
Yeah.
I'm, it's like you got to look at it and you got to
Yeah.
be like, all right, who needs to die first? And if it was us, it'd be Tyler because Tyler will push everybody else off that bridge.
Dude, after this too, we get a talking head from him, and he talks about how he's like a giraffe falling is the analogy he goes with. He's like, have you ever seen
Yeah,
a
it's
giraffe
weird.
fall? They're like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like a giraffe because I don't fall, or something like
Well,
that. It's
I've-
like, what are you talking about right
I-
now?
So, I mean,
I guess
you brought it up, so I'll say this now. The
Yeah.
way they edited TJ in this episode is maybe the funniest thing because they give him multiple like hero moments where he's like, we're just going to charge ahead and I only have to do 1 50-50. I only have to do one. And we got this and attack the moment and da-da-da-da. And then he just
dies.
falls his first jump. And
Yeah.
it's fucking hilarious. I
Yeah.
love the way they edited TJ in this
Yeah,
episode.
it's really good. I have to say about the giraffe thing, I feel like that's a pretty common like metaphor or whatever that people use like to describe just like really tall people falling. Like it doesn't look good. When you're
Yeah.
really tall and you fall, and they use the giraffe comparison because giraffes are tall. So I have heard that one before. The part that I thought was crazy when he was like, "Yeah, growing up in New York, my buddies
He
and
talks about
I
how
used
he
to
falls
jump
off
the
a
gap
building.
between roofs."
Yeah.
and
But I fell in the trash. I
like-
could have fallen on the concrete. Like, what?
Yeah. It's a very strange story he tells, which is oddly poignant. Like,
yeah.
like he didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just very, very strange talking head from
Yeah, because
TJ.
I guess he's saying that talking head all the way at the beginning, isn't he?
Right.
That's
he's in
before
So he
street
doesn't
clothes,
know.
So it's before
Yeah.
he's in the game.
Yeah.
Now, he
yeah.
probably knows about the glass bridge, but, you know, I don't know.
I did like the one person who picked randomly. I was like, that's pretty
Oh, the
fair.
eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
the problem is he gives it to Trey.
That's-
Like,
Oh, that is the bad
true.
part.
But
Chaz,
it was
it's
based that
Chaz.
he tried to make it.
Yeah.
random, though.
yeah.
It's based that he tried to make it fair, and he did make it fair. It's just unfair that it's
Our favorite character.
the Trey train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main character
I'm
of the
copium,
show.
dude. I'm copium.
TJ gets number 20 and gives it to
No
Mai,
fucking way.
and I just wrote, he's gonna be so fucking mad when he
I
watches
wrote that
the
too.
show.
I literally wrote when he watches this, he's gonna be pissed. I literally wrote that.
He's gonna be so fucking mad when he watches the show, dude. Because he's gonna see Mai be like, I don't think TJ has a good
I
heart.
don't trust his
And
character.
I don't trust him as
He's an
my leader, and
entertainer.
he's gonna just fume instantly, dude. I just we get a montage where they basically like show everybody getting a number before TJ gives my number 20, and they lead everybody out to the bridge.
I just want to say really quickly before we get into the actual jumping, I do think like TJ is pretty goated for giving the 20 to Mai. Like
Yeah.
he said that shit to her, and even though I think it's unreasonable, like in terms of, or not unreasonable, but it's unrealistic in the idea that like you guys, like it's weird how nice he's being to her throughout all of this, because like you guys just met. But the fact that he has continuously put his money where
He's a
his
man of his
mouth
word.
is
Yeah.
and has actually honored
Yeah.
that is, again, That's one of the things in this show where like there are contestants in this show that I think are acting insane.
Humility
But-
and gratitude, Sean.
Exactly.
But, you know,
Humility and
they
gratitude.
even though they I think are taking this even though I think they're being very over dramatic about some things. Look, when you're a man of your word and that kind of thing, like that's good with
Yeah.
me. TJ's the goat, dude. Rip my buddy.
Before we move to the actual glass bridge, I'm curious, like,
Mhm.
what are your thoughts here? Like, if you're drawing a number, you know, let's say you draw a high number or you draw a low number. What are you thinking here? Because I'm thinking if I get a low number, I'm giving it to someone who's already gone, because then they can't get me back.
Right.
And if I get a
Right.
high number, I'm giving it to someone who hasn't gone. So that way, maybe if they get another
I see
high
what you're
number,
saying.
they'll give it to me. You know?
That's smart.
That's
The-
a
the
good
only,
question.
The only
dude.
other thing I'd take into consideration is how strong the player is at this point.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
like Jackie did, giving TJ number 1, and TJ I don't think TJ had already gone, but
He had not.
yeah,
Because
he had
it's a
not.
big point that he was number 1 and he
Yeah,
drew
he
number
was
20.
1 and he
Right,
got 20.
right. And clearly, you know, I think Jackie already had a number at that point, so it didn't matter.
Mhm.
But he clearly wasn't going to give it to her at that point,
No,
right?
no.
So I agree though, Jip. That's probably the most sound strategy. As long I would just take into account, like, hey, who's like if Brighton's still in the game and I get a low number, I'm
Yeah.
giving it to
Yeah.
Brighton.
Yeah.
You know what
If
I
I
mean?
get
Like
1, I'm
someone
giving
like
it to
that.
Brighton. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Here's my question. When you get 1, do you just burst into tears? Because I feel like I might. If I get 1, because I lost at that
Yeah.
point. Like, if you get 1, you lost.
Well,
Like,
what I
it's
do
over.
is I immediately turn to everybody and go, okay, guys, so if we take turns going, we all get a 50-50 shot. You know?
Would you have thought about that? Because, okay,
No,
so yeah,
I didn't think about that until they bring it up on the show. And I
yeah.
was like,
So,
the competitor in me is like, that's fucking stupid. Don't
Yeah.
fucking do that.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
it's kind of honorable how
it's
the
very
majority
honorable.
No,
of
yeah.
the people like play along.
And, okay, so they play Claire de Lune as they
Dude,
walk into
okay,
the...
I fucking love. Okay, this is because I'm Danganronpa pilled. And
Okay.
in Danganronpa V3, Claire de Lune is a pretty important song because there's this character
Okay.
who's a piano player and she plays it. But I love when Claire de Lune is used in like dire situations. I just think it like works so like the song's not. You don't think that when you hear the song, but something about it fucking works. Like where like
Yeah.
it because it is kind of sad. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of. Like
Yeah.
I just love that they use and they've used a lot. They use a lot of classical music in the original show and in this show, but I really liked that usage there. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah. And the room looks great. I'm under the impression that it's like a green screen or something.
There's
So
no way they're
you
actually
were-
gonna do that.
You looked before and Trey talked about it in like a
in an interview or something. What I
how
kinda got
people
from
would
Trey,
fall and they would crouch until they could get the shot and then they'd move out of the way. Is that what you were told?
That's kind of what he like the way he said it was that they would jump onto one, and if it was the one that was going to fall, they would be told to crouch, and then eventually they would get escorted to the other side of the bridge.
Which they make it look like it's a big drop. There's even one shot. I don't think it's in this episode, but there's a shot in like one of the trailers, like maybe the mid-season trailer,
Uh-huh.
where they show a guard standing looking up at the bridge, and it's like
Uh-huh.
20 feet in the air.
So he did also mention a 15-foot drop.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there was a drop and maybe there's like rails or something on it. You get what I'm saying? Maybe they like CGI out some rails or something.
My thought is they like drop them into like a fucking airbag or something.
I mean, that's what like Mr.
you know what I mean?
Beast
But
did. It was like a foam
That's
pit.
what I
Yeah.
would think as well, but the way that he described it, it didn't sound like that.
Huh.
So I'm
Interesting.
not sure. Like again, I was also doing it like
It looks good though.
very like I was watching the video and like trying to be careful not to get spoiled. So
Right.
like I might have missed like
We
some
can talk about
context.
that more in the last episode, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
or our bonus episode or whatever.
I think
but-
when we do our bonus episode, I'll try to go through and find as many like interviews and just like I know a lot of these contestants have like TikToks and Twitters and stuff. I'll do like a social media search or something and see if I can find any fun details to share.
So there are 17 steps, 17 50-50 chances.
Yeah.
I wanna point out really quick. I actually did the math here. If let's say there's no 50-50, right? And TJ
Uh-huh.
has to go the entire way. His odds of making it across are 1 in 131 and 72,000. Or no, sorry, 131,072.
That's
I feel like that's
crazy.
better than I thought, though.
Yeah, I would have thought it'd be in
It's
the millions.
really bad.
Because you're more likely to do that than win a lottery.
Yeah.
ticket,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So I thought the odds would be higher, but that's like better odds than getting a shiny Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
They should make shiny hunters do this.
they
this
should.
one.
They should make shiny hunters do anything that has them fall
to their
20
deaths.
feet to their
Yeah,
deaths,
I
yeah.
agree. Anybody?
I don't know why I'm throwing shade at shiny hunters. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Anybody who's still playing Pokemon games at this point, I think they should just
Oh,
make them fall
boy.
to their deaths.
Anyway,
I say that
TJ
as
gives this
somebody who
speech
still
about
does that.
fighting to the last breath, which I think is funny. And then, like, as he's like getting ready to like do it, I don't remember. I think it's
It is
Roland comes up and
It is
goes,
Roland.
"Hey,
Yeah.
guys, here's how we do it. Everybody takes one turn. You pass the next person. 17 through 18, 19, 20. You're lucky ducks. You don't have to do this, but everybody else. Then it's everybody has one coin flip, and it's the fairest way of doing it. And most people are like, yeah, that makes sense.
Which is crazy. I can't believe most of them were like, yeah, because I immediately was like, oh no, why would you ever
Bro,
do
your
that?
odds
I
are
had the
so
same
your odds
terrible
are so
idea.
much better. And unless you're like 15 through 20, your odds are way better, dude.
Yeah, it makes it
Okay,
way better
I
for
mean-
everybody except the last few people.
I guess if I'm early on, I'm definitely going like, yes,
And-
please. But like if I'm even 10, I'm probably
That's
saying
why I
no.
think also Roland suggesting it is perfect because he's like what? Like I think he's like 8, right? So he's
Yeah.
suggesting it for his own good. Like he's probably gonna die if he doesn't
Yeah.
suggest it.
Yeah.
But it also sounds like in a way that where he's doing it right now so they can maybe save TJ, right? So I think he's doing it in a great timing as well, based on where he is in the line. But no, this highly benefits like everybody except for like maybe the last 5.
Yeah, it's a great idea, but it's an awful idea in this challenge show where like
Well, I don't think they were
where
gonna.
you don't want to take
I don't
that
think they were gonna
risk,
push
you know?
each other or anything like that in the like it happens in the real show, right? Like
God, they should have. I wish they would have.
I just think, like, at the end of the day, people are still going to lose, though, Sean, if that's what you're getting at. So,
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty solid thing for most people.
50-50 is
Um,
not.
I guess you're right. I
not
guess
low
I'm just
odds.
thinking like if I'm like 7, I'm thinking, yeah, but what if the third guy goes through like 4?
That's so unlikely.
You know? Like, but not
Not
impossible.
impossible. But TJ,
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
So, TJ is like, man, I only have to do one jump.
Dude,
One
as
jump.
he's doing this whole hype thing, I'm like, I love you, TJ. I
You
want
are
you to go
fucking-
out
you're
so
so dead.
bad.
And
Well,
he
no, I
goes.
wanted him
Yeah.
to because it's good TV. The way that they hype it up and they build up to the moment where he jumps, it's just good television
It is.
for him to
It is.
fall.
Yeah.
Like it is a good moment after all that build up where he goes, and they do instead of the glass shattering out as soon as they hit. Well, I guess in the actual show, it's not always
Yeah,
as soon as they
sometimes it
hit,
takes a
but
second.
most of the time it's like as soon as they hit, the glass shatters out from under them and they fall. In this one, it's they land, they stand there for like a good second before
Yeah.
it opens up underneath them and drops. So
Yeah.
I think it's pretty great.
So then Chaz is up next. He's number 2, and he also picks the wrong panel. So we got
Yeah.
2 of the 17 down with no people going
Just
forward. And then
immediately.
up next is Trey. And Trey,
I love Trey. Yeah, he's like, they've got this thing I call higher number privilege. And I'm like, dude, he's so fucking right. Because they show the wide shot of him, and it's him looking at it, trying to decide, what the fuck am I going to do? And then all the people
Amanda,
that
dude.
shouldn't
It's
be
Amanda.
worried are standing.
what do you
It's
think,
a
Trey?
couple
What do you
Trey?
thinking, Trey?
What do you think, Trey?
It is a couple. It's look. I hate Amanda as much as the next person, but it's not just Amanda. There's like 4 or 5
you
people
got
lined
this,
up
dude.
there.
If anyone can do it,
that,
it's
like,
you.
If I could talk to Trey, and ask him, who were you talking about there? I would bet
Yeah.
money he's talking about Amanda.
Probably.
I would
But
bet like large amounts of money.
Yeah,
He's
because
talking
Amanda's
about Amanda.
late too. She is a little.
And
number.
she's she's kneeling down next to him and like in his
Yeah.
ear,
yeah.
and she's so fucking annoying. Like I
Well,
would bet
I would
money
smack her, dude.
that he's talking about Amanda.
Like and her accent, like no.
She's
no,
She
stupid.
smells bad, dude. Her fucking breath's terrible. Like,
Oh, hey, we don't know that.
But I don't know. I just think like he was kind of surrounded by like 5 or 6 people, and if I were him, I'd have been like, shut the fuck up
Right.
and just give me a second.
So Trey gets rolling. He
and
picks
the
the
train
right one.
gets moving,
Mhm.
and it keeps moving. It keeps moving for
And
now.
then he's kind of like looking backwards, and Marina's like, all right, Trey, my turn. He goes, you'd overtake? And she's like, yeah, if you ask me to. And he goes, yeah, go ahead.
Well, okay, hang on. So I think it's really important to me how this plays out. So he's standing there getting ready to jump, and he looks behind him, and she's like, I'll overtake if you want me to, Trey.
Right.
And he's like, would you really? And she go, yes. And then he looks back at the thing and like, because the way I read it at least is he couldn't make the decision. He couldn't make the decision to have somebody else take the risk for him.
Right.
And then
Well,
Marina
we see
goes,
that.
I'm
We see
overtaking.
that after
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah.
And
But I think it's really important that Marina goes, I'm overtaking. Like
Right.
she's not, he doesn't say, yes, please do this. She says, I'm going to do it.
he
Just
nods
move.
at
Let
her.
me
He does
go."
nod at her.
He nods
He like
afterwards,
nods like,
but-
yeah, will you? Like he does nod at her.
Yeah.
She's not just solely
Sure,
doing
but
it.
no, but
he is consenting
Yeah.
to her overtaking.
yes, okay. I'm not saying she's like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm saying that it's not like
She pushes the issue for sure.
she
Yeah.
pushes the issue. She
Right.
doesn't just like, I think a lot of people have been like, I'll overtake if you want me to. And then he kind of just, if he would continue to stand there, they wouldn't move until, like, I mean, we see it afterwards. They're not going to move until, like, he does something.
Well, what's
But
funny
she's
is
like, no, I'll do it.
as she does it, you hear Ashley go, hell
Yeah,
no.
she go, why you gotta
Yeah.
do that, girl?
Because, like, to be real, like, even after, so Marina is like, I'll overtake. She jumps. She dies. And so, Ashley, I think, goes, Marina's stupid as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
Why is she doing that for other
but-
people?
Like,
So-
to my point, Trey has to do another jump, and nobody's like Marina. He stands there for like, it seems like a
Yeah.
while, and nobody's like, hey man, whatever, I'm coming up to do
He's
it.
like, do you guys
You
think
know,
I should
but
be
here's the
number
thing.
3? And they're like, no. And then no one offers
Right, he's
to jump.
trying to goad Ashley into
Yeah.
doing it, but she's not
No,
going to do it.
She's not gonna do
And-
it. But like, I guess I'm just saying that's the difference between like Marina and it feels like almost everybody else there, where like, number
so
4 should have just stepped forward.
I have
you know?
context of seeing the next episode, and I'll
Uh-huh.
tell you that the next episode makes Ashley look way worse because she is literally the only person unwilling to do
Dude,
this.
I freaking
Okay,
knew it
okay.
because okay, here's my thing. I know I brought up the odds earlier, dude. So Ashley wants the game to continue as is, right? There's
Yeah.
13 left. If Trey jumps and he gets it wrong, her odds are 1 to 8,192 versus 50 fucking 50. Like
She's an
she's
idiot.
actually an
And-
idiot.
and-
yeah.
And I can't talk about it more without like
Okay.
spoiling the next episode because basically
I-
Trey jumps and that's the cliffhanger.
Yeah,
But,
I will say, if Ashley gets out in front and somebody overtakes her, I'm gonna be mad as fuck.
Well,
Because
yeah.
if even when she wasn't willing to do it, if somebody's like,
No.
fine, I'll do it, even though you weren't willing to do it,
Sean.
no.
I'm gonna be
sweet boy
so mad.
Sean.
because if I'm right behind Ashley, I'm like, no, you bitch, fucking Trey is dead
Yeah,
because
your
of
turn.
you. You're fucking going. Like I'm gonna be.
She
so
did say
mad.
she wasn't gonna move. She was like, I don't have to move if I don't want to. Like she did say something like that under her breath.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So this does not play out exactly how you're imagining it.
Okay.
But are you going to be angry? 100%.
Yeah, because this is the episode
No.
that you said you had to stop watching because it made you so mad, right?
It made me so mad I stopped watching it. I was also really tired, but still, I was yeah. So that's the episode. Is the cliffhanger of Trey jumping? Will he survive? Will he not?
I
Find
think
out next
for me
time.
this was
on
the worst.
Dragon Ball Z.
For me, this was like the worst cliffhanger in terms of like how it made me feel. Because like, man, I want to know. I'm gonna go put the episode on as soon as we finish.
Yeah,
here.
I'm probably gonna watch the next one too. I have a question for Jip before we go.
Okay.
Well, first of all, Jip, thank you for joining us, dude. We
Yes,
really
Jip.
appreciate
I'm
you
so
being on.
happy you're here, dude.
Absolutely.
This is the nicest I'm ever gonna be to you.
Oh wow, Jip, I think the people are demanding it. You need to try out for Squid Game season
oh
2.
my God.
So here's the thing. I was looking at this earlier. Auditions are up. People
Yeah.
are auditioning right now for
Jip.
season 2.
This is
Jip,
your moment.
I
would-
really think.
Do you know
I
how
think
hype
Jip
I would
on
be to
Squid
watch
Game
you
would
on
go
the
crazy.
fucking Squid Game, Jip?
I'm not gonna lie. I really want to see you in the dorm with like everybody, and you're like, okay, guys. So first you whip, and then you name it. You know, like
No,
you do the gritty. You
see,
you gritty across the fucking glass bridge.
okay. I've been thinking about this though, like, you know, like, because you guys, okay, we talk a lot about like, how would you do in the Squid Game, right? What would you do in the Squid Game, whatever, right? And I've been thinking about like, you know, who else could be good at it, right? Like, who do I know who could be good at it, right? And you know what I've been thinking, right? There's these conversations that some of the moms are having, like, oh, do my kids think of me? Like, are they missing me and things like that, dude? Dude, you know who would be great in that instance? BioRoxas, dude, because he just is able to absolutely
Does not care about his
just
family.
ignore his family and drop everything to go
Oh,
to Squid
no.
Oh
Game, dude.
my
Not
god.
a BioRoxas.
Oh my
jab.
god. Dude,
Holy
like
cow.
right, you know Bio doesn't listen
Yeah,
to
that's
this, right?
that's
Like-
the only reason I would say it. I would never say that to his face. But
Jip, I really think you should.
Yeah,
you
to
should.
be-
I think
to
you
go back-
really should try out.
I don't know. I'm so bad under pressure, dude. Like, I know you guys think it would be funny. In reality, I would be Spencer. I would be the guy crying,
No,
actually
no.
just like
Dude.
vomiting on the ground because I'm afraid I made the people behind me upset at me.
Here's the thing: you will never be as bad as Spencer because you will not go on a talking head and be like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm questioning my religion."
Okay.
You would not.
Okay.
You would not go on a talking head and burn every bridge you have in your
That's
life
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
because that's what Spencer did. 100%.
especially as a Mormon, going
Yeah.
into talking
Oh,
very
man.
publicly saying as a Mormon that you're questioning your religion is not a
Right.
thing that you do.
I don't know, Jip. I think you'd succeed. I think you'd do great, and I'd be very proud of you, even if you got out and read light green.
And
light.
then I just want you to think about this. Think
Mm-hmm.
about the fucking numbers this podcast would get when we have you
a
on as
member.
as a guest after you're like in the top 10.
The
you know?
top 10, dude. I don't know.
You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win, but I'll give you like
That's
top 10.
crazy. Especially like I don't know. I'm so bad under pressure in general. Like I don't know. I feel like I really would choke. Maybe not as bad as
I think-
Spencer, but I'd be pretty bad.
Here's what I think you need, actually. I think you need to convince Swarls to go on with you.
Dude, if you guys could be like Steven and what's his fucking name who
Chase.
got out immediately, Chase, yeah. You and
Chip
you
would
and
be
Swar-
Chase.
I got
Just
red
give
light,
me
green
just
light.
Swarls.
Unlucky.
Just be Swarls on there. Oh no.
I think, okay, we're just getting further into the weeds of people that we know and nobody else does, but I really want Jason
Dude,
and Carson
I
to
want-
do it.
Yeah,
Dude,
no way.
I want SB on there, bro. SB would
I think
fucking kill it. He'd be making friends with
Dude, I
everyone
think-
the whole time.
I think you, SB, and Swarls all apply and see who gets in.
I'd
what-
like to see the Chocobros do it.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Aggro, get aggro in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jip, again, dude, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you if they want to, follow you on Twitch or on Twitter or whatever?
Yeah, so I'm on Twitter at Jip_214, and I'm on Twitch at twitch.tv/Jip214. I play a lot of shooters on Twitch, but I also, every now and then I do some Mario Kart speedruns. I've been trying to do that more consistently. I've been running Mario Kart 8, and I think it's a lot of fun, but so yeah, check me out if you get a chance. I also do a podcast with Tyler, one of the guests from earlier in the show. It's a Adventure Time podcast called Adventures in Ooh. It's a monthly podcast. Not my choice to make it a monthly podcast, but that is what it is.
Is it monthly? Because we did a little research and I don't know if it is.
It's monthly TM. It's it's just the title. It's not actually monthly. It doesn't hold up in court or anything like that.
Oh, okay. That's part of it's Adventures in Ooh, a monthly Adventure Time podcast.
But it's in a
not
really
monthly?
really
Okay.
fine print. You have to. It's really
Okay.
hard to see.
Oh, okay. You gotta
Love
get
that.
a magnifying
Love that.
glass.
Mhm,
Okay.
for sure.
All right, Sean, where can people find you?
Really quickly before, I just want to say I'm gonna bring back the question, guys, and
Oh.
I wanna ask you guys, if I want to see like number 11, we'll say you're pretty far in the back, right? Are you taking that offer of 50-50? And I'm gonna also so I'll ask if you're like number 11, if you're pretty far in the back where you've got like decent odds, are you gonna take the 50-50? And also, if you get to being like second, like you're right behind the person going, do you think you'd actually do it? Is the real question that I really want. I don't know if people are, self introspective enough to know, but or self-aware enough to know, but do you think you'd actually honor the 50-50, or would you stand there like Ashley and be like, fucking no, somebody else jump. I'm not doing it.
It's a great
that's
question.
My question.
Yeah.
That's my question for you guys. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Sean_AFK. I talked about last time podcast, Speak the Words. It's a Cosmere podcast. It's a book series. Very good. New episodes are coming out soon. TM. I'm recording one tomorrow. So you guys should check that as well. You guys should check that out as well.
And you can follow me at SpikeGhetti Bros on Twitter and twitch.tv/SuperSpikeGhetti Bros. And my brother and I, what most people probably know us for, we do a Kingdom Hearts podcast twice a month called the Ansem Report Podcast. Award-winning podcast, by the way, so you guys should check it out.
Now, is that actually twice a month, or is that like Adventures in Ooze monthly?
Yeah, how far in the
It's
fine
twice a
print
month.
is that?
It's twice a month.
Oh, gotcha.
Hey, you know what? When I pull up the AI article of top 10 Kingdom Hearts podcasts, we're number 4. I don't see Adventures in Ooze in the top 10. So just
And there's
saying.
only
Have
7.
Yeah, then there's
Have you
only
searched
7.
for the BoJack podcasts yet?
I
Don't
have
turn this
not.
back around on us.
I have not, but I will say there are 3 people who on our Spotify Wrapped, it was their top podcast, and I want to meet you.
That's
So if
Oh
you're
my
listening to
God!
this right now,
crazy.
10 best BoJack Horseman podcasts. We're number 1.
Dude.
let's fucking go.
Dude, I was trying to throw straight at you guys. I can't even. That's round of applause.
Let's go. That's
We're
right. The number
number
1
one.
BoJack
Wow.
podcast in the
What
world.
is this? A crossover episode of BoJack Horseman podcast on according to podcast.feedspot. It is the number 1.
What this means, gentlemen, is that the BoJack podcast game is really dry. 'cause
Also,
that show is not getting the numbers. So
there's only 7 on this top 10 list. And also when I scroll down further, it says that the Squid Boys are the top podcasters. So I don't know. I don't know about this.
we do call ourselves the Squid Boys outside
I
of
guess that's true,
Squid
but
Pro
how
Pro.
does it know?
because
Listens.
I mean on that Anchor or on that Spotify for podcasters.
Oh, does
this
it say the Squid
This
Boys?
is so inside baseball, but
Okay.
yeah, it says it's produced by the
okay.
Squid Boys.
So also the next thing is this isn't very accurate because it says we only have 10 episodes out,
No, that's not true.
which is not true.
That's not true. Anyway, Sean, we need to. I agree to end this
Okay,
podcast.
we do have
What
to
are
end
we
this
doing?
podcast. Yeah, I agree. Let's
Yeah,
end
the
it.
game is to agree,
Jip?
and I agree.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you also just stole that joke from. I think Mike made that joke a couple episodes. Anyways,
No,
Uh,
it's a reference,
Yeah,
Sean.
dude.
You ever watch Family
it's
Guy?
just
Well,
a
then,
reference,
if that's
dude.
if
If you
that's
ever
your
watched
logic,
Family
Mike
Guy?
stole that joke from the guy in the show. Okay, Sean.
All right.
Yeah, it's a
Goodbye,
reference,
everybody.
Sean.
Fuck you,
Goodbye,
Bye,
Sean.
everybody.
Goodbye.